We hear so much about using AI to be more productive, to get more done faster. But what if its real superpower isn't about speed at all? What if it's about getting back something way more valuable? Today, we're going to dig into how you can use AI to protect your attention, quiet all that noise, and finally carve out some space for deep, intentional work.
All right, let's just jump right in with a question for you. Seriously, think about your work, your studies, your side projects. What is the one thing you just never seem to have enough of?
And you might be thinking time, right? But the real bottleneck is your focus. It's that precious, limited pool of high-quality attention that lets you solve the hard problems, create something new, and really connect with what you're doing. And in our world today, that resource is under constant attack. And that leads us straight into what I'd call our modern focus crisis. We're all just swimming in this ocean of information, pings, notifications, and competing priorities. Finding clarity in all that chaos feels less like a skill and more like a superpower. In this quote from Dr. Alaa Al-Sarhan, well, it just reframes the whole thing, doesn't it? We're so conditioned to think the problem is time management. But what if the real issue isn't about the clock at all? What if it's about the endless stream of decisions we have to make every single minute? This right here gets to the absolute core of the issue. The enemy isn't the clock on the wall. It's the sheer number of choices we're facing. Should I answer this email, check that notification? Should I work on project A or project B? Each one of those tiny decisions just chips away at our mental energy, leaving us too drained to actually focus when it matters. So, if the problem is decision fatigue, how in the world can AI help? Well, this is where it gets really interesting. Instead of seeing AI as just another tool to do things, we can start using it as a coach, a partner that helps us externalize all that mental load so we can make better decisions before we even start working. Now, to make this work, the quality of your prompts is everything. It's not about asking AI to make you faster, it's about asking it to make you clearer. So as you can see here, that means giving it real context, like your energy level, so it gives you a realistic suggestion. The goal is to offload that mental juggling act onto the AI, freeing up your brain to do the actual deep thinking. Okay, theory is great, but let's get practical. This brings us to a simple but really powerful tool from our source material called the Focus Prompt Blueprint. Think of this as your template for turning that daily chaos into clarity. So let's break this down. First, you give the AI a role. You are my focus coach. Simple. Next, you give it context, everything that's on your plate. And be honest about your constraint, like, hey, I've only got 90 minutes and my energy's pretty low. Then, define your goal and the criteria for what success looks like. And finally, you give it the specific task. Help me decide what to focus on right now. Every step builds on the last to give you a recommendation that's actually useful. And this is so important because it helps you avoid these really common mistakes. Instead of asking for a list of everything you could possibly do, which, let's be honest, just creates more overwhelm, you ask for your top 3 priorities. Instead of treating the AI like a dumb to-do app, you ask it to act as a filter, helping you separate the signal from all that noise. So we have the blueprint. Awesome. Now let's look at how to actually weave this into your daily life with some simple, actionable tips. First, let's just bust a big myth right now. A lot of people worry that AI is just one more distraction. But the reality is, distraction is usually a symptom of having unclear priorities. When you use a tool like the focus prompt, you're actually reducing the number of decisions you have to make, which in turn acts like a guardrail for your attention. Here are some habits you can build right away. Start your day by asking, okay, given my calendar, what's the one thing that deserves my best energy? When a random idea pops into your head, don't let it derail you. Tell your AI to park it for later. And when a project feels huge and overwhelming, ask the AI to break it down into just the next 3 doable steps. These small habits are powerful filters for all that mental noise. And look, if you're new to this whole idea, the payoff is immediate. For daily planning, you get clear direction. If you're feeling totally overloaded, you get reduced stress and just mental relief from that decision fatigue. And for students, this can be a total game changer for structuring study sessions to actually improve retention. So, the crucial point in all of this is that this isn't about letting AI think for you. Not at all. It's about letting AI handle the low-level sorting and deciding so that you can preserve your best judgment and your deepest focus for the work that truly, truly matters. To wrap all this up, we'll leave you with this question to think about. What are the things that usually pull your attention away from that deep, meaningful work? And now that you have these tools,
How might you start to build a better defense?